Welcome back, guys, to Remax episode 4. This is part 2. If we get 1,000 viewers, we get Nathanias back. He's being held hostage. Make sure to tune in. So our next topics are the Hong Kong tournament. I'm sure HuK will have a lot of good things to say about that. And then we also have the Zombie WCG and a bunch more. Let's just get started. Hong Kong tournament number 2. I don't know if that's how they call it. Second Hong Kong esports tournament. It happened last weekend, and they had a really weird format. Nathanias, I don't know if you heard about that one. So everything was played online except the semifinals. So definitely a weird format. Did you try to qualify for it, Kane? And I know HuK tried to qualify for it, but hold on.
No, I didn't, you motherfucker.
What?
I did not. No.
What happened?
It was on during IEM, so I went to IEM instead.
Okay.
But I want to say one thing about casters. Tasteless and Artosis probably made more than any player at that tournament cap.
I mean,
what was the prize distribution?
the prize distribution was 6,000 for first, 6,500 for first.
Oh, maybe close. First and Artosis and Tasteless.
Yeah, 2,000 for second, 1,000 for third, and $500 for Grubby who finished fourth. But yeah, for the qualifier, Kane, did you try to play in it?
No, I actually hadn't heard about this, so this is new to me.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. This is
Last year, I went to it, so I want to comment on this.
yes.
It was horrible. I don't know how it was this year, so maybe I'll have to ask Grubby. Last year, I went the worst tournament I've ever been to as far as PC quality, internet quality, staff quality, the whole shit. It was the worst tournament I've ever been to. I think fucking Toronto, Land Nation, had better computers, desRow.
Yeah.
It was horrible, man. And then they didn't pay me even. But I said that, but they did pay me, and they said that they were going to improve on it. So I'm excited to hear if it actually was a quality event or not. Because if it is, then I would definitely try to qualify next time they're in the tournament.
Okay. So we'll just go through really quickly. Not really any upsets. I mean, State not making it. Drunken Boy finishing first in his group, beating Yan, and then beating he dodged Grubby. Ian. Yeah, beating Ian and then beating Blisk. So that's really nice for Drunken Boy because Major pulled out of it because he was gonna play IEM Toronto, and then Major didn't play IEM Toronto, and then Major didn't play the Red Bull Detroit. Major, where are you? He's the new...
I have a question. What server was this played on?
Probably Switch, I think. I would imagine.
Because I know if it's to North America, then Ian would have had a lot of lag.
Okay.
From Taiwan?
Yeah, the lag was like at least 200 ping.
Because you played where he played. I get you.
Yeah.
I don't think they mention it, so it's a shame.
I hate playing cross server, and I don't think the community really notices how big of a deal it is at the top level.
It's a huge difference. It's absolutely huge.
Is it though? If we look at
it is for me.
If we look at WCSNA, all right.
Look how many North Americans made it through this season. What are you talking about, desRow? Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Clearly, none of them have gotten any better at the game.
You realize if they don't region lock, it's because of this season, right? God damn it! We should have lost. We should have threw on purpose.
Don't.
What?
Don't worry, desRow.
Okay.
I think we're gonna see the North Americans wreck face around the 16. Everyone's gonna realize it's all just a matter of time.
Okay.
Nice dodge.
Yes, he's a very good. So yeah, I mean, Drunken Boy. That's the only really upset. So everything was played online except the semifinals. So Drunken Boy losing to Hurricane, Grubby beating Symbol 2-1 online, kind of convenient, kind of nice for him. And then in the offline finals it was Hurricane versus Grubby. And okay, here's the fucked up part. Everything's best of 3. Like Hurricane beating Grubby 2-0, Ragnarok beating Saskri 2-0, and then the upper bracket finals is Hurricane versus Ragnarok, 2-0 for Ragnarok, and then the grand finals was a best of 7 with 1 map lead, which is totally fine, but best of 3s all around is pretty sucky. Any thoughts about the results?
Expected.
Yeah. I like none of us have watched because it was during IEM Toronto. We really crappy scheduling on their part.
Even if it wasn't, I probably wouldn't watch this tournament because it's
No.
among the other factors was that they had horrible production last year as well. Like I think they streamed like 2 or 3 games and that was it. And Artosis and Tasteless were casting in front of an empty audience in a movie theater, making all that esports money. So. I mean, it's just not a hyped event. There's no storyline. Even the group stages and the playoffs, it was not hyped. I hope if they do another tournament, they're gonna handle it differently because the ones they've done so far have been very lackluster in almost every single way.
Well, this is the first time I'm hearing about this tournament, so
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
how hyped it was.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware that it was over. I like kind of almost saw, I think heard about it, but then yeah.
One thing that I think is worth talking about is the format. Now, of course, it's not very hyped to have everything online and have only the round of 4. But is this format viable? Is there still enough hype? Let's say there was a better player pool. Is this what Starcraft 2 has to do to live on? I know that's a very early question to ask for.
I don't think this will be the standard format. I think lands, especially with Legacy of the Void coming out somewhat soon, TM hopefully, blah blah blah. I basically think it'll end up still being the way they're run now. I think when StarCraft 2 actually is dying, this would be more the way the tournaments will go. Basically, you would need like DreamHack or IEM or some other really big tournament organization just to say that they're going to drop StarCraft 2. But the way that I see it is it's realistically probably not going to happen, especially since Blizzard has so many popular games. You're risking ruining your reputation and your relationship with a huge company that you basically want to have a good relationship with for Hearthstone or Blizz Heroes or whatever comes in the future.
Okay. What about you, Nathanias? How would you feel if you had to go cast a tournament where there were only 4 players? Because I guess NASL kind of did that with 8 players.
Wait. So you're talking about like just having only actual people show up for the end of it?
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. I don't think it's that bad, really. You just have to consider that not every company or place that wants to get involved with esports has like some guy with 5 billion frequent flyer miles lined up to send every player to the event. That's just really difficult to do. I don't have any objections to it. I'd like to. I prefer. I think like everybody else to see top 8 or like top 16. If you can get like your offline finals like WCS style, where you can do like a big ass online qualifier and then bring people over. That's always ideal because then you don't have to worry about server switching and all the other horrible things that people complain about. But honestly, the impression that I get from what HuK said about the tournament last year, maybe it was better that they didn't make everybody go all the way over there to play.
Less suffering.
Live. Yes, yeah. less suffering, right? Only one guy, only like what, 2 or 3 guys are going to get enough money to make it worth it. Why make everybody else actually come endure all that?
Yeah, that's very true. Especially since only top 4 got paid. So Grubby finished 4th, carrying the foreigner flag. That's pretty much it for that tournament. Next tournament is the Zombie WCG. There's a bunch of zombies from the WCG Death. And this is the first one to have his first tournament. The WEC 2014 actually has a fuck ton of money. 55K for prize pool, 24K for the winner. And Bunny canceled his participation, so Top, the Chinese Protoss, will replace him. And we have Snute and HuK to represent for the foreigners. WEC 2014. All right. So taking a look at the bracket, because they released the bracket today. So when you have China, it's always very Protoss stacked. and you don't have a single Terran. So it's going to be a little bit of weird of a tournament. Hero versus Maxed, HuK versus Jadon, Chimp versus Top, Haz versus Snute. And it's a double LM bracket. I'm not sure of the format of the grand final. If do they mention the grand final format? No, they don't say if it's 2 best of 3s or best of 7 with 1 map advantage. HuK, you played the qualifiers, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. How did that go?
Horrible. My internet lagged and not good. I think I lost to like QXC the first round or some shit.
Yeah, 2-0, yeah.
Oh, so you knew and you basically just baited
No.
me into that or what?
I asked and then I went to look as you asked, you know? That juggling of the production.
I love, and then you're just, yeah, 2-0. Nah, thanks, desRow. Put on the fucking scoreboard. I don't know. My only concern if I was going to this tournament, especially from what Kespa's statement was, is are they going to actually pay out or not?
Yeah.
It's always more risky when you don't have something that is WCS point approved. I feel like even though WCS points aren't the end-all be-all of a tournament and it doesn't make or break a tournament, for me, when I feel like I'm going to a tournament that has that, I know for sure they're going to pay out. Even in Hong Kong esports has WCS points, and the reason I got paid is because Blizzard went to them and said, you have to pay him because we're now crediting your tournament for being WCS pointed. So that's what I would be worried about. They didn't pay me for like 8 months, 10 months or something, and then when they announced Hong Kong Esports 2, I said, oh great, well at least maybe I'll get paid, or I said something snarky like, I'm glad they're running a second tournament without paying out for the first one or some shit. Yeah. And then that's when I talked to them, talked to Kim Fon who helped me and some others, and we got it figured out and I got paid. But the issue obviously is I'd be worried about getting paid if I went to this tournament.
According to HuK, they're paying in cash at the tournament. So good luck carrying 24K back home.
Jesus.
Are you serious?
That doesn't sound good.
Dude.
Well then.
Dude, it's in Chinese currency. Like, you're gonna get mugged with 150K.
I mean, going back into the U.S., man, you're gonna have to write in like a piece of paper. It's like, yeah, I actually have 25 grand in Chinese dope with me. Like, damn. It's either the customs officer is gonna look at you. It's like, what's like? So this is your carry-on? It's like, what's this bag you have? It's like it's like a weird bag. It's like, oh, it's full of money from this tournament I won. It's like, you want a tournament? Yeah. It's like, how much money's in your? It's like $24,000. And even the customs officer is gonna be like, go on through, man. That doesn't seem weird at all.
Let's be realistic. No American's gonna win this tournament.
Oh, rip Puck.
Well, I mean, Puck's,
there's no Terrans.
I'm not saying,
there's no Terrans.
I'm saying
Snute or Puck can go very far, actually.
Yeah, Puck has a chance, but realistically, the odds are very much against him, and he's 1 out of what, 8 people now.
HuK has a hard time at these events that he has to travel far to. Is what I've been noticing.
Jet lag?
The last against Shenzhen, it wasn't quite his most impressive performance. I don't know. He's told me he's not a big fan of like the playing conditions in China either, which I guess HuK is already kind of, iterated.
Chris, what's this face?
Huh? I'm watching porn at the same time as doing this show. This is my porn face. What do you want from me? I'm just kidding. What face?
I don't know. Okay, so you didn't like the. Have you ever played anything in China that had poor conditions?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I don't know.
The Hong Kong tournament, horrible conditions. We just went over this.
Yeah.
Do you not count that as China?
Aren't they like independent from China?
Yes and no. I mean, that's like a whole nother discussion in a Wikipedia article that I have to walk you through. But let's not do that now.
All right.
I think Chinese tournaments have like a certain degree of sketchiness to them. When you go to an like a IEM or a DreamHack or an MLG, you know what you're getting to a certain degree as far as hotels, venue, all that shit. When I'm going to China, especially a tournament that's never run before, and as you said, is like a WCG zombie tournament, I'm like not sure what the fuck I'm getting into and what the quality of everything's going to be.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Have you ever been to WCG? because I was at the WCG in 2013, and it was good.
I went to one of them. It was okay, but like even that tournament, they had us playing on shit maps. The monitors were like 30 inches, and some other thing was really stupid.
Okay,
like
I see.
there's tournaments that have their shit together, and you know they have their shit together, and there's some that aren't, and I would be questioning WEC, EC, whatever the fuck it's called.
Okay, so we were circle jerking Snute earlier. Now does he have a chance at winning this tournament? With
There's no Terrans, it's doable. No Terrans, I think.
Yeah. 6 Protoss, 1 Zerg, and then.
What are you saying, Nathanias?
I'm saying that a lot of the weaker matchups for these players in particular is PV. Like Puck's PVT it's his worst matchup.
So what you're saying is everybody are weak against Terran at this tournament. What a coincidence, huh?
I would say if I was Jaedong, I'd be more worried about playing versus Puck than I would Bunny, to be honest. Everybody else, Jim actually has a really good PVT, but I guess I don't know. Jim's kind of solid all around. Jim could probably win this too after his performance at Shenzhen. Like when I look at this, like Hero just has not impressed me in a very long time. The people on the top side of the bracket that I like the most, I actually like Puck, especially after Jaedong's performance at at Toronto. I think Puck could go very deep. Either Puck or Max that are probably gonna win, are probably gonna come out of the top end like that, just straight up. Bottom side, I'd go with Snute any day of the week, unless Jim has really tightened up his gateway all-in since he got knocked out of WCS.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing about the Chinese players is it sucks because so many of them do like crazy cheesy shit, and I feel like it might work against Snute. I think Snute is probably the best player there, maybe overall, but it's still scary when you don't see too many games from Chinese players for a really long time. If you're looking them up to like study, you're not going to see something like anything recently in the last month or two, and then maybe WCS America, but other than that. And they all do like very crazy, like fucking 10 pylon wall, 1 cannon shit, or you know some random things like that. So it's kind of scary.
Okay, it's really unfortunate Bunny had to be replaced due to illness. Hopefully he gets better. I think it'll be a great tournament just to see Snute win. And it's very funny to hear that one of the foreigners is the best player at a tournament and the favorite to win. Wish that would happen more often, but anyway, moving on from this tournament, our next topic is WCS. WCS recap. So we're gonna take a look a little bit at EU, what's coming up this week, and we're gonna take a look at GSL. And after that, we'll be doing the questions that you guys have asked on Reddit. And holy crap, the time. Alright, so we gotta get ready. We gotta get going because I want to ask the questions of the people before Kane has to go.
Before I have to charge you overtime.
What? Yeah, okay. Freaking casters, man.
Hey, man.
I lived the caster life last weekend, man. IEM had the catering for like everyone. So I had like some pizza, I had some Subway, I had some candy, I had some water.
I got yelled at by
It's become the worst part. It's become the worst part of the job is they bring all this shit food to the events.
Yeah?
I got yelled at by some German dude for taking a piece of pizza. He called me a piece of thief, and then proceeded to kick me out of the area.
Those guys work hard though. He's probably really hungry.
Are you for real? What day did he do that?
It's probably because you were eliminated.
Maybe. I don't even think he knew anything about Starcraft, but that's just me.
Oh. Well,
you might be talking about Honky, I think.
You're talking about Honky.
It was like some dude named Bastion or something like that.
I mean, with the beard...
He's in charge of stuff, dude.
He's in charge?
There's a lot of ESL staff members that obviously didn't know a lot about StarCraft 2. I don't mind so much, I guess.
I don't
Nathanias, what's wrong there?
No comment.
No, okay. Well,
I don't know. I don't actually know how many. I get the impression from most of them that they understand who the players are and stuff to look out for. So I'm like.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like sometimes you go for a guy.
Someone.
Well, no, they'll be like, okay, so you're HuK and you're Lenok, or you're Lenok and you're HuK, and then I'd be like, I am HuK, and they're like, oh, okay, well, which isn't a big deal. They're still gonna do their job. I was just surprised.
Yeah, that's the feeling that I got too. Is that they really didn't know who some of the players were.
I don't know. I guess I'm a sneaky pizza thief because I enjoyed it.
Those guys also only usually work with the Europeans anyway, because they do the ESL stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, so WCS EU last week, only one group because they had to go to IEM Toronto as quickly as they could. That means the group was TLO, Wellmu, Uthermal, and Leifzerg. Uthermal living the dream, beating Wellmu in the first match, then bombing out and not rebeating Wellmu or not taking down TLO. Wellmu being sick lately, looking a little bit shaky. Did any of you guys watch the games, HuK?
I watched it, definitely, but I forgot about it because it's been so long. All I know is I was pleasantly surprised. Uthermal, I think, is a pretty good player that's very underrated, obviously, compared to TLO and Wellmu. Other than that, I don't know. The people that were expected to make it out made it out, but I think
He's a very
Uthermal,
nice kid, too.
Yeah, and I think he's going to do better in the future in
Wait,
upcoming
did you
events.
say Uthermal was a nice kid?
Well, he was nice on the show.
And
Okay.
I'm muting. Kane, go.
No. All I'm saying is that recently he seems to be pretty cool. We practice together and stuff, but in the past I know that he's been kind of BM and stuff. So.
I mean, he's 18.
Todd always told me about Yeah, you got a lot of these. You know, when you're young, we're all degenerates at some point. No.
Yeah, but it's not only that too. It's like you're like a nobody, so you want to like stand out and shock people, and then once you get a name, you're like, well, I kind of made it now. I don't need to stand out or.
Maybe not need to tell people horrible things about their families and stuff, right?
Oh, you did that?
I don't know. I heard that's what he's like really
Yeah.
BM.
But Europe is more edgy that way, man, compared to America.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So this week there's only two groups: Vortex, Arston, Jack Sheik, Cass. Arston, my man, I'm rooting for you, but
Yo, Hearthstone. Hey man, don't talk down Hearthstone.
I'm no, I'm not. But you look at this group and you're like, holy shit!
I actually think
He's a
if it weren't
favorite.
for the fact that there's for two Terrans, I have Hearthstone as my favorite either way.
Oh,
Two
because
Terrans.
yeah,
Two
because
Terrans
yeah.
again, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Rodas having a tough time versus Terrans. I don't
Oh,
think.
I wonder.
Vortex-
I wonder.
I don't think Vortex has to worry too much about the Terrans. I think this is an easy group for Vortex personally. Jachi, he's too flip-floppy, but I think Hearthstone. I like Hearthstone. I've seen a lot of Hearthstone's games, not super recently, but the games that I've been seeing from him have been like disgustingly good. Hearthstone's my favorite. Maybe it's going a bit over my head, which should say that Jachi and Vortex make it out, but I go Hearthstone all the way.
Didn't Arston beat Chakshi the last season?
Yeah, I want to say something about this group, okay?
Okay.
So this group is absolutely full of storylines. We have Vortex, the Spanish Zerg. He was at one point considered to be like one of the best foreigners, or at least up and coming to be one of the best foreigners. He recently went back to school, and now I think his performance depends on how much he's been practicing, because he is an absolute beast when he's been practicing. Hearthstone, I know the last couple of times he demolished Jachi in tournaments. I think it was last season WCS, like you were saying, desRow. So
Yeah,
I think if he performs well, today he lost to Departure 3-0, who is a Korean Zerg, but not like a high tier Korean Zerg. So I don't know how his PVZ is, but his PVT has always looked pretty good. Jachi, since he came to Korea, like when he first got to Europe, he was pretty much unstoppable. He wouldn't lose on ladder. He was just like incredibly good. Recently though, I don't know how much he's been practicing. I know that he's been gone in Korea for a bit with a girlfriend. That's just the insider info that you guys get. So I don't know how he's going to do in this group. It depends on how much he's been practicing and who he's been practicing with. Cass is probably the most underrated player of this group. Cass has always been an absolute ladder monster, always plays tons of games every season. And he's never been high-tier European Terran. But recently, he's been playing under an account called Lucifron on the European ladder, and he's just been wrecking people. He's absolutely been performing way better than he has been in the past, and I really am looking forward to seeing how he can do this group, especially because his first match is a TVZ against Vortex. I think a lot of people will be surprised by how Cass does in this group.
That excites me. That excites me. I've always been a Cass fan, and that account he plays on I've actually been keeping tabs on. There's literally at least one post per week on Reddit asking if Lucifron is back because of how good like the record on that account is.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane because he's always played so much, but it's never really shown in his results at all, even in his ladder results. But now, yeah, I'm pretty hyped for Cass to see how he does this group.
That's cool. That's you made this group so much more exciting than I thought it was. So good luck to Arstem and good luck to Cass, I guess, and Vortex as well. Group F, 4GG, Mana, Bling, and Bly. One Zerg, two Protoss, one Terran. HuK, who's your favorite coming out of this group?
4GG, for sure. And then I would say second, Mana.
Yeah, that's very true. I feel like Bly and Bling used to be really, really good, and then they're not showing like strong results as of late.
Is this offline or no?
This is online.
Online still, online.
Ooh, well, we always have those rumors about Bly. Not so sure, but I don't.
Two internet connections because he lives in Russia, or are you crazy?
No. People have said stream cheater, possible hacker, so not really sure. I think there is delay at least though on the stream, but I've
played Bly before online quite a bit, and it's funny because sometimes he just makes really weird decisions and they work out really almost too well, and then other times they just fail absolutely miserably. I would be absolutely shocked if Bly map hacked, just because I think he just coin flips so much, and like 1 out of every 5 or 6 games or something like that, it works so well, and people are like, no way, that was...
Hello? No! My Skype. Oh. Hello? We're back!
What happened?
I don't know, it froze.
I didn't hear anything for a second there.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. Kane, we didn't hear you at all.
Yeah.
I saw Kane mouthing off
Really?
about how much he hates Blind.
Yeah, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said that you are happy Russia invaded Ukraine.
I
Don't
never
joke
said
about that shit, dude.
Yeah, somebody's gonna like take that seriously.
As
and
a
make it
as a Russian, I've already taken offense, man. Calling all the sponsors, rip.
Anyways, basically
Anyway,
you're saying Bly probably doesn't map hack, and he just coin flips a lot. Sometimes he gets lucky, sometimes he doesn't.
He did that when he played in offline at the ATC finals that I've seen. Like he just does crazy shit. That's Bly though. I think I think he or Blink could still upset, but 4GG is clear favorite. His TVP has always been really good, and in the current meta, Terrans are favored, so I would go with 4GG.
Okay. So that's it for the WCSEU. I wanted to do GSL, but we're running short on time, and I really want to get to your questions that you guys ask on Twitter and Reddit. So we'll just cover the results next week of GSL, even though there's some really sick groups.
Most of us probably couldn't even watch anyway because we were all going to the NA events. So I know I was like on a plane for 2 of these groups and.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. No, yeah.
I just got home. I still haven't had time to catch up on anything.
Yes. So. Okay, good. I agree. Thank you, Nathanias. All right. We're going to start with the Reddit questions. So the first question from Riff King, yeah. I like HuK's face already. Question regarding players and losing at live events. This is not directed at anyone in particular. What's your opinions on behavior after losing and thoughts on fan interaction? I've been to only 2 live events so far and missed out on chances to meet some people I'd like to have, because after losing they just end up staying in their hotel room until it's time to go home, or in some cases changing flights to go home earlier.
I'll answer this question since it's
But there's a second part though. Oh no,
okay,
answer this part, then I'll go for the second part.
Okay, so in my case, I've been known to do this. My biggest thing is I hate going to events when I lost. I feel really shitty. I am really sad / depressed, mad at myself, hated, lot of bad negative feelings, and I like to stay in my hotel room, watch. Like, I'll still watch the tournament from the safeties of my room, but other than that, generally speaking, I'll stay home. Sometimes I'll come out, I'll go to after party or something, but I definitely will not spend the whole day at the tournament interacting.
Just being a spectator or being backstage.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. That's definitely something I won't do. I'll still come out, do stuff, but I don't want to be there all day.
You don't want to have to answer to fans and then be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you lost." And...
Yeah, well, that's a little bit annoying. There's a lot of reason. I also get tired from just being in public. It's like part of my personality, I guess. I just get really exhausted from it. As far as buying a flight home there's like a lot of players from IEM Toronto that I did not know about before today, but a lot of people went home early. For me, I immediately came home and started streaming and started playing.
Yeah, it's Sunday night you were streaming,
yeah. Yeah, like I started preparing. I have WCS in less than a week. I spoke to Jaedong. Jaedong wanted to look up flights back to Korea. He was willing to spend up to like 1K to rebook or change his flight back to Korea so he could go back. So I think it's just in general.
Jaedong wanted to do that?
Yeah.
Wow, what a baller.
I think in general, players are, at least I've learned from Starcraft 2 to be incredibly efficient with my time, and I think anybody that has a really busy schedule and values practice will try to be very efficient, and you basically want to get home and practice as much as you can.
Okay.
And I know, like, even Snute and Bunny, I know they went to the Net Cafe the last night instead of going out to drink or party so they could practice. So... it's just players want to practice. They want to become better. They don't.
I'm sure they regret it though.
And some of you guys were really away from home for a long time. Those that competed at like Battlegrounds, Detroit, and whatnot. If you want to go, like I totally understand. Even after just like some players are on the road for a really long time. Violet, I think, is still in the U.S. and he really wanted to go back to Korea. He hasn't been there, and I think I was saying like almost like a month. And he has to stay because WCS America scheduling. So, like, I can totally understand why after an event, like, if you have any time to just unwind, I can see why players would want to take time off. I'm a little surprised that maybe some other players that either live locally or haven't been moving around as much. But you know, everybody's got their own reasons. You know.
Yeah.
I'm sure Snute and Bunny regret it though. The net cafes in Toronto are super sketchy. QXC was tweeting that some people were on Pornhub and stuff. So it's a double-edged sword if you're in Toronto.
Yeah, I'll say the one you guys went to, the one that the players were at. I will say the net effect or whatever it was solid. The computers sucked. You had to play on low, but it was a pretty chill environment.
Okay, good.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to give a shout out to that Net Effects LAN Cafe thing because they actually gave us a really good deal on the computers there. Because we talked to the guy and he was aware of like the StarCraft community around.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gave us some hours for free and stuff, and he was a really nice guy. So shout out to Net Effects LAN Cafe, I think it's called, in Toronto.
If you want to type it out in chat, if you have the chat open, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, to go back to players not going back to the venue and not wanting to do anything, I suffered the most. Because before IEM Toronto, I made a deal with Chris that if I brought my Wii U to Toronto, we would at least come out once to my room to come play and hang out. And after his defeat, we tried to make arrangements for some Wii U party, and then we tried to make some arrangements for lunch, and it didn't work out. So I firsthand had to suffer from the depression of losing. So that's that. The second part of Rifkin's question is, I'll use Kane Snute as the opposite example here. I love how Kane acted at IEM. He was constantly interacting around backstage area and bouncing around to hang out in the crowd. Hashtag home wrecker. Even somebody like Snute, who I imagine was just obliterated and destroyed emotionally after losing to Flash, put on a face and was chatting with signing things backstage a short while after. What are your thoughts, Kane, on your behavior compared to the behavior of someone who's trying to hide away?
I mean, it just comes down to the player. There's no... Like, some players just don't want to be in that environment after a loss, and I completely understand that. And for me, I like a lot of the StarCraft players. I would rather be around those guys than at my hotel. playing Starcraft or something like that. Especially because I haven't been to so many events that it was an opportunity for me to meet some people and just kind of hang out and have a good time while I was in Toronto.
I mean, Kane, we don't need to fluff it up, right? Like, I was out in the crowd the whole time. We're just big attention whores, really. That's how we get on.
Especially myself, yeah. I'm quite a big attention whore.
Kane and I were very active with the crowd.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I met a lot of people myself. It was really nice. I even helped a couple fans try to get signatures from players because I was always on the edge of the player area.
that's when the player hates you.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people don't like to be bothered.
Oh yeah, I had to go ask like MC and Violet, and like they didn't even reply. Like they just got up and they like didn't say like anything to me. I don't think they were pleased, but gotta do what you gotta do. Next question, Kane, who's the next victim you'll drag into pain and sorrow after stealing Zombie Grub to Rifkin and then ditching her for Tempo?
I don't know, man. A lot of ladies out there for myself, but
yeah, you think it's the beard?
Who knows? Actually, I think a lot of it is the beard. It adds to my jawline, I would say, and it fits me. I've heard from a lot of people. So, yeah, if you're having trouble, just grow a beard, I think.
All right. Duly noted. All right. The feed me thing, we covered it. What else? Do you think Flash can maintain his recent dominance this year and next year, Nathanias?
Totally not possible with Starcraft. I'd love to be proven wrong. I don't want to say more than that. We don't have a lot of players that are consistently at the very top level, but I think Starcraft's been around long enough, like Starcraft 2. We've seen players that can be very high up there. Like, Tasia is my best example, because no matter how many times people try to count him out, like, if he's not practicing, he'll say it and he'll go out very early. But anytime Tasia's like, oh, it's like, yeah, anytime that he goes with, like, even the slightest smirk, he actually just completely wrecks
Yeah,
space.
but he's been playing, like, WCSNA for 2 years. And...
Yeah, but Tasia actually beat players like Zest at Shenzhen, so that's, it's you can't really write him off. He had to actually beat good players. Another example is Life, who, could be a little bit more questionable since I don't think we've seen him as much. But Flash, I honestly, a lot of the motivation for him to get as good as he was probably came out of that KT final that he played. Like, there was so much time before that final, and he actually just has been. It wasn't up until that point that he really started to go on his tear. So if he can stay motivated, then I think it's doable. But that's the game of StarCraft, right?
Yeah. What about you, Chris? Flash? Yes, no?
If Terran stays as strong as it is right now, then that's always a possibility.
Alright. Kane, do you believe in the Flash hype?
I actually agree with HuK on this one. Terran's pretty good right now.
Oh.
If it stays
Terran's
strong,
finally,
then yeah.
We actually have Terrans in tournaments now, so the fact that one is winning is just like, whew, gotta.
What's the last like 4 Premier events? Let me look this up. Let me check. Team Liquid.
Keep
Premier
in mind
events.
the player lineups, okay?
Yeah, well, yeah.
You're gonna pull out Battlegrounds Atlanta and be like, oh, Bolt Bomber, when the only other Korean at the whole
Flash
place
Zest.
was Violet, who came in 3rd.
Flash Zest, Polt Taja, Solar,
Okay.
Bomber Polt, Trap Polt, Taja Hero, Taja MC. All these Terrans, man.
Alright,
Can't count Tasia. Even when Terran was bad, Tasia still made it to tournament finals.
Alright, so...
Terran's never been bad.
Alright, what do you think about recent DreamHack lineup and the lack of the donger? So, J-Dong not being at Moscow. Thing that's cool about Moscow is Samsung sending 3 players, so Stork, Deer, and Solar? Maybe?
It's gotta be so. Solar's a great dude. I'm sure. I mean, he loves to travel. I'm sure he's there. I'm sure he's going.
But, what do you think about the lack of good Koreans at DreamHack? Was it just Pro League? Was it just...
Okay, so there's a very simple, my rationale for this, whenever anybody asks me, they're like, how come, when DreamHack Valencia goes on at the same time as an IEM, IEM have contracts for their qualified players, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, but travel for people that actually qualify into it, that don't play an open bracket, get compensated, or their hotels or whatever are taken care of, right?
Yeah, they get free flight hotel.
Yeah.
It's not the case for DreamHack. It's not the case at all.
No.
But you still had, like...
you have to pay your travel,
yeah.
but it's the thing. You go all the way to Europe to play in That's why DreamHack will always
Yeah, but
have.
the first DreamHack
bigger
had like
lineups.
TY and some other Koreans.
Which DreamHack specifically are you talking about?
This year, I forgot which one. Hold on.
DreamHack Summer?
Maybe.
Could be-
I think it was Bucharest that had
Could-
TY and
Bucharest.
TY
Could be-
and
Could be a
Roro.
schedule thing too. We just had a bunch of tournaments. The year's wrapping up. BlizzCon's going to be coming up eventually. You got the WEC event. You got Kespa Cup that's coming up real soon. They might want to prepare for. They got GSL. There's like a lot of things that certain players have to prepare for, and it's a busy time. Even I think like there's another DreamHack after that DreamHack like a week or two later. Which,
Yeah. So there's DreamHack Moscow, which is in the next September 15th, I think, and then DreamHack Stockholm is the weekend of the 28th or 27th this month. So like if you want to hit both of those events, like you're asking a lot of those players to go to Moscow and then bounce back to Korea and then bounce back to Sweden like in the next week.
Okay.
DreamHack without paying for player flights and obviously.
So should they change their
think
format
DreamHack
to have better talent at the?
I don't think it needs to be an issue because the European Koreans kind of help with that. And as Chris said, the most important part is that at least some other really good players come. But it's very obvious when those players show up because then they absolutely wreck face and kill everybody.
Yeah, but how hard would it be to like talk to Spo TV and like get like a Korean sponsor to like have like one Korean qualifier for every DreamHack throughout the year?
Pretty fucking hard, I would
You
say.
have to keep in mind that the impression we've gotten from anyone related to Kespa is that they don't give a lot of fucks about what people think of them outside of Korea.
I'm just a hopeful fan, okay?
But that's
I'd love to see the whole KT Jin roll at DreamHack Stockholm, but it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, you gotta be
They're
realistic.
They're not gonna pay to send out Youngsig, Flash, Maru, and all these other guys. They're not gonna all get flights and hotels booked across the world just so that they can only one or two of them are actually gonna qualify for winter and then make any other money because DreamHack historically has never had the craziest high prize pool for the regular open events. Anyway.
Okay. Who does the panel see as the best 3 players in the world right now?
Goes without saying, Flash. I still really like Zest was probably my top pick for Protoss before this tournament, and I'd still say I like Zest the most. Zergs, I don't know because I haven't been able to watch.
Whoa! Who said you have to pick 3 different races?
No, just go one. Okay.
Oh, so what
3
you're
best
saying
players.
is, so Chris is telling me that his picks will be Flash, Tasia, and
Maru.
Oh wait, no, wait, because race. So if you take race into account, then the best players are actually Sue, Zest, and insert any other random Protoss player that recently
I
lost to the same player.
honestly would say it would be Tasia, Flash, and maybe Zest or maybe Maru.
You can't put Zest or you can't put Tasia.
Why? Tasia
and foreigner
besides-
tournaments.
No, altogether, Tasia has proven himself in the last 2 or 3 months to be
Tasia
one of the
proved
best
himself.
consistent
Tasia's
players.
He's beaten a lot of Kespa players. If you look, Shenzhen was like the test that Tasia is at. Tasia, just because he plays in NA, like for WCS, he still lives in Korea. He still practices on the Korean server. He's not like the European guys that like are basically the coaches to train all the European players, and they can't play on the Korean server.
Okay. So he beat MMA, and then he beat Life at Shenzhen, and then he beat Zest, Jadong, and so. Okay, I agree. All right, moving on. So, Kane, what's your 3 favorite players?
3 favorite or 3 who I think are best?
Best. Sorry, best.
Okay, I would say probably Maru.
Yeah.
Probably Flash as of recent.
2 Terrence, last one.
And you know what? I'm gonna throw a curveball in this one, and I know you guys aren't
Oh, no.
expecting this. I'm gonna say Effort. Okay, I have a really good feeling about Effort recently.
Okay.
And
I've heard more Sue, but I'll take that.
Effort or Sue? Yeah, I don't know, Effort's like kind of a weird pick for me. Because I don't normally do this, but I don't know, I've been watching some of his games recently, and I just have a really, really strange feeling that something's gonna pick up for him really soon.
Okay.
So you're telling us is that his GSL group was pre-recorded and you know the results?
No, but just wait,
Just
just wait
fucking-
and see, okay?
Okay. For me, it's Maroon, Flash, and Rain. No Zerg's impressing me from Korea as of late. Like, no one that
Wait
stand
for
out.
effort.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. If I'd been able to see games, like if we go off of, like, if you asked me the same question a month ago, I guess Flash probably wouldn't be there, but I would have probably told you something like Maru, Zest, and Sue. The only thing I want to change right now is instead of Maru, I would put Flash. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Like those are like my top three. But for all like I said, I haven't seen a lot of Korean Starcraft lately, so Sue might be out.
Well, I guess we'll see with GSL because they're all still in it, right? So it'll be fun. So last question from Reddit, then we're gonna ask a question or two from Twitter, and then I'm gonna set these guys free. HuK, you made a vlog earlier this year about some of your goals and things you wanted to achieve, and you feel like you've achieved what you wanted despite not winning like a big tournament.
No, I would say no. I think I've gotten a lot better than when I was last year, but I still don't think I've.
Okay, so the bar was really high.
I just, yeah, like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna finish this year and be like, wow, good year, Chris. Well done. So,
Okay. So moving on to Twitter, let's see what we have. Not everyone used the hashtag, so those that didn't get wrecked. Nathanias to compete since he's GM now. Are you gonna compete more, Nathanias? Now that like it's dying down with the qualifier, all the tournaments that you're doing. Because there's like what DC left and WCSMA.
Yeah, I mean, I have more time to play now. I was actually like, it was my mini sad story was after all like the casting and whatever, I couldn't log in to BattleNet on the hotel internet. And my bonus pool like hit maxed out, so I got booted from GM. My first goal in the next like week is just gonna be get through my bonus pool, get back in. Some douchey cheesy Protosses I noticed got my spot, so I gotta wait for them to remember. Of course, forget how to play the game. But of course I'm gonna keep trying to play. It's tough. Half the things I would have loved to play in this year, I ended up casting, and is all dirty caster money jokes aside, I feel like I contribute better to the community doing what I do rather than trying to be a try-hard pro gamer like I used to and just sucking at the game.
Okay, so different mentality. What do you think is the best facial hair in the StarCraft 2 scene, Nathanias, Kane? Your opinion.
Kane.
No, like not you guys. It's a question. Like Nathanias pick
Who else
one.
has facial hair?
I don't know. That's a very good question. You have
People in this call make up the majority of facial hair in esports.
Okay.
At least Starcraft esports.
I can't wait for like a Korean to come out with a beard. That'd be great. Because I've seen some hippie Koreans in Korea. Like fucking long hair with like the beard, and they're like very like majestic, but one day. What else? Okay. There was a good one.
aren't we past the showtime here?
Yes, but there was so many questions, man. We're the mans of the people.
$3.99 a minute, desRow. Keep talking.
99 a minute. Okay, no, I don't think there's anything else. Are you doing anything differently, Chris? Because you've been playing well a lot. So Tommy Rind on Twitter is asking, you doing anything differently?
Yeah, I've been practicing instead of playing League of Legends.
Okay, so the League of Legends addiction was strong.
Yeah, and what was it? Right after I joined EG, or a little bit after I joined EG,
You were swimming in money?
Yeah,
You went to the pool a lot?
Of course. So I playing a lot of League, going out and drinking a lot, going to clubs a lot, doing all kinds of fun stuff. But I'm back on the grind. That's it.
Okay. Alright, so that's it for the show, guys. This was episode 4. We still have the shoutouts to do. We really appreciate you guys watching. We didn't peak 1,500 viewers, so I'm going to keep this mouse pad until we peak 1,500. Then I'm going to give it away at some point. Shameless. I mean, it's a nice goal for everyone to have. And one day I'll get rid of it. So, Kane, any shoutouts? What's your next tournament? Are you going to stream? Are you happy to be back home?
Yeah, so I'm only home for a couple days until I leave for Switzerland again to stay at the MYI house.
Oh, nice.
So I will be competing in DreamHack Stockholm,
Oh,
which should be a lot of fun. And yeah, big shout out to MYI, our sponsors, Bisson and Logitech. And yeah, just thanks for supporting me, and I hope I perform well for all you fans out there.
okay. How long are you staying in Europe for?
I hope this time for a month or two. I know DreamHack happens at the end of September, I believe it is, DreamHack Stockholm. So I'm hoping like mid-October, late October, I come home, around there.
Okay, cool. Nathanias, what's next for you?
Am I allowed to say, Cap? I'm going to be at DC
Yeah.
for Battlegrounds. I think that's the only thing I know of that's announced. WSS America Round of 16 is coming up. If you live in California, come say hi. The studio is actually really nice. It's actually surprised. It's much better than I think. I enjoyed it more, I think, as far as space goes, than when I had to spectate Europe. But aside from that, follow me on Twitter at Nathanias TV and watch more of this show because we actually kind of talked about the game a little bit, which was fun.
Yeah, you, dude. It was so hard convincing this guy to come on the show. I had to wait for him to be a noodle and be like really drunk. I was like, man, please come on the show. And he's like, but I don't want to be put on the spot.
That's my secret, desRow. I was never drunk. I just wanted to know how badly you wanted me.
Chris, what's next for you?
I'll also be at WCS round of 16.
Yeah.
So, yeah, same thing Nathanias said. If you live in California, you want to come watch my game, please do. Or anybody else's for that matter. And then after that, I think the next tournament I'll be at is probably Stockholm, DreamHack. Oh, I'm going to some other shit too, but I don't know when it is, so rip.
Oh, it's good for that shit.
Yeah.
Let's raise the stakes, Chris. If you make it out of round of 16, you have to buy everyone ice cream like you did before in Toronto.
What? I never bought anybody fucking ice cream. Why do you say these things?
Isn't it true?
No.
Sickest
You had like the fan
that
meetup.
happened?
You had a fan meetup and you bought them ice cream.
So what happened was I had a fan meetup at the mall.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called, the Eaton Center or something, the really big mall.
Yes.
And there was so many people that they kicked us out because it was a fire hazard. Like they were blocking walking paths and stuff at this huge mall. It was really cool. So one of the guys said, "Well, I'm on break and I work at this ice cream parlor, but I told my boss about this. You can come and you can sign autographs there, and then we'll give out free ice cream." And then him and his boss gave out free ice cream. What had nothing to do with me paying for anything ever. So, rip, desRow, rip.
We thought you were a generous ice cream lover giver.
No, not at all.
I was
stingy, Mr. Scrooge.
Why,
Christmas?
Dude, why have I been your friend all this time?
You look at what you did to Kane. Kane's pissed. He's sick of your shit, and he left.
Who put a penny on the rail of this track? Because our train has gone way off.
Alright, so are you going to be streaming a lot, Chris? Can people look forward to that?
Sometimes, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm done with shoutouts. Move on.
Yeah, okay. So guys, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be streaming full-time from now on. Finally got home after being away for 3 weekends in a row. Show next week, Tuesday, 4 p.m. We're not going to move the time unless there's something big, or there's something big in my life. HuK is a new co-host, so I'm stuck with him, even though he's annoying sometimes, or maybe it's the other way around. And thank you to Kane, who has to go in 45 minutes meet a friend for dinner, and then Nathanias, who's very handsome and takes too many selfies during the show. So thank you for watching, guys.
You don't have any friends, don't like.
Thanks for watching,
Just
guys.
the one selfie, actually.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day. Oh wow. Bye.